In 1995 came along Amazon, what we now know as the giant of industry. With its super fast robotic automation, the high street cannot survive. Wouldn't be a Wandering Turnip video without one boarded up building at least. Welcome to the 5th episode of the death of the high street. So yeah, this episode's going to be a little bit different because I'm not going to look at a town with a boarded up high street. I'm not viewing some derelict buildings. I've come to the cause of that, probably the biggest cause of the boarded up streets, and that's online shopping and the giants such as Amazon. And I've come to this place on the outskirts of Manchester, and it is just filled with massive warehouses all around. You've got the Amazon one just down there, which they do tours of. You can do walking tours. So I've booked onto one of them because I'm well intrigued. Now they've said they're really strict on photography, so I'm not sure how much I'll be able to film, but we'll see. But yeah, so we've come to have a little wander around that. There's DHL. Here we've got the giant of modern industry, Thug, dominating. Yeah, online shopping. What do you think of it? Do you use it or do you avoid it? I've got to say, at times it's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? I went out the other day, I wanted to buy a keyboard. I wanted to start playing piano again. So I went out to find myself a keyboard, and I could not find in any shops, every shop that said they had it, got there, oh no, we don't actually have it, we don't actually have it. It was a right ball ache. I got home, it was 4:30, and I went online, 4:30 p.m. I found it online, Argos. I ordered it, same day delivery, and it was there by 7 o'clock. 2.5 hours. And it came to my door. How can shops compete with that, really? I'm going to show you a little tip. If you are using Amazon, there is a way. I used to work in sales briefly, and I know this. So there is a way that you can still support independent businesses, and there's also a way that you might be able to save money by using Amazon. So do keep watching if you want to learn about that. If you use Amazon, that is. I know a lot of people just avoid it in general, but a lot of people do use it. It's why it's the biggest one. Right, so this is what I mean with Amazon listings. So this here is a microwave. I've just searched microwave, this one's come up, and if you come down to this bit, it'll tell you where it's dispatched from. So it's dispatched from an Amazon warehouse and who it's sold by. So this one is sold by Amazon. So if you buy this microwave, you're directly supporting Amazon. Now, this is another listing here, a keyboard, computer keyboard. Now, if you come back down to this bit, which we looked at before, it still says dispatched from Amazon, so it's still sold from an Amazon warehouse, but it's sold by Greet Tech. Now, Greet Tech, if we come on and look at their storefront, they sell electronic stuff, computer gear. Now, what this business is doing, they're operating and they're just sending their products to an Amazon fulfillment center like the one I'm at today to be shipped out. But this is a business using Amazon and their warehouses. Right, I've got one more listing to show you. So this is a cricket bat. I've searched cricket bat's come up. Now, if we come down here, it says dispatches from It's All Fun and Games, sold by It's All Fun and Games. So this is a company selling their products on Amazon. They're listing them on there, but they're dispatching them themselves. They're sending the products out themselves. So that's what you want to look out for. That's not Amazon. Obviously, they're still paying a fee, and if you really want to boycott Amazon, don't use Amazon. But a lot of businesses rely on Amazon. So if we come through to here, it says, It's All Fun and Games, independent family-owned business, 25 years in the retail industry. And they have a large town centre store in Colchester. So I've done this before, and when I worked in sales, loads of people did it. They'd ring up. So I've just Googled It's All Fun and Games Colchester, gone on here, here's the website, there's the telephone number right there. So yeah, you can give them a ring, you can say, I've seen your product on Amazon, I don't want to support Amazon, can I buy directly from you? Also, they're saving money on not paying the Amazon fee, so they might knock you off a little bit of discount. If not, though, they're still getting all of the money then. All they have to pay out is the shipping. Yeah, so that's how you can find businesses to directly support who can still send you that product probably really quickly, or how you can use Amazon just a little bit more consciously, where you see something like this. Dispatched from It's All Fun and Games. You know that's a business. Sold by It's All Fun and Games. They've got a shop. These guys have got a shop. That's way better than this one. The microwave, which is dispatched from Amazon, sold by Amazon. That is just Amazon controlling everything there. But yeah, just look. Giant warehouses all around. It's not just any terrace, it's an alpha terrace. I don't know what Thug do, but they got warehouses everywhere. But yeah, there it is. There's the beast that we've come to see, the Amazon Fulfillment Centre. Just look at that. So the origins of online shopping go back to an invention by a guy called Michael Aldrich in 1979. So he connected a modified traditional TV to a real-time transaction processing computer via a traditional telephone line. Now those three things he put together and made this very, very primitive way of being able to order stuff on a very simple level. Now the internet was becoming really popular and a few companies jumped at this. So in 1992 there was an online bookstore created, which was the first book marketplace. I think it was called Booksurge. No, it was Bookstacks. Bookstacks in 1992. Then in 1994, Pizza Hut started selling pizzas online, so you could order food from them via the internet. In 1995 came along Amazon, what we now know as the giant of industry, Amazon. But back then it was just a marketplace for selling books again. But within 30 days of Amazon starting operations, it was already shipping to 45 different countries. That's how quickly it gained in popularity. Obviously, with all these transactions that were happening online, things needed to be secure. So then PayPal came along. Can't remember the original name of it. I'll put it in if I can find what it was. It was like Continuum or something. But yeah, that was PayPal. That came along to make transactions safe. That was in 1998, I think. Then in 2007, along came the smartphone. And this changed everything again because it became so easy to browse the internet wherever you are, and it became so easy just to buy stuff wherever you are. Now, talking about my career in marketing, we had a thing when I was doing it, and it was called click rate. I think it was click rate, and it was to do with how many buttons do you essentially have to press before that product is on the way to you. So say if you want to buy a kettle, you go on the listing, you see the kettle that you want, you can press one, buy now, the next one, pay, done. It's on the way to you. 24 hours it'll be with you, maybe even same day delivery if that's possible. But yeah, it's all about eliminating that time where your brain goes, I actually don't need a new kettle, my kettle works perfectly fine, this one's just got a nice William Morris print on it. It's about eliminating that time of thinking in your brain to just make you go buy, buy, buy. And that's why it's become so drilled into us, hasn't it? How next day delivery or same day delivery, we want that now. We don't want to wait 2 days for something, we don't want to wait 3 days for something. It's crazy how we've just so adapted to that. So now we've got our smartphones, which means that no matter where we are, we can buy that William Morris print kettle. And with that came in the 2010s Google Wallet and Apple Pay, so different ways of just being able to pay via your phone. You don't even need your card, you can just set that up and pay there. And then moving now, you've got all these different online stuff. Everything is online now. COVID and the lockdowns as well. I'm going to try and do a specific episode just on how detrimental that was to the high street. But obviously, when everyone had the ability just to buy online and the high streets were not open because they were legally not allowed to be open, it just knocked them so much. So at the end of that, online stuff was even better. The high streets were suffering more. But yeah, then suddenly everyone wanted an online marketplace. You've got Facebook Marketplace, you've got Instagram shopping, you've got TikTok shopping, you've got Gumtree, you've got, what's the other ones? Depop, the second-hand clothes store, Vinted second-hand clothes store, which is actually really, really good. So yeah, that's just a brief history of online shopping. And that's the warehouse there. That's where we're going to be going in. Now I really hope I can get at least a little bit of footage when we're in there. But yeah, let's have a little walk around anyway and explore just the business park a bit more, see what else there is to see around here before we go in. And then afterwards, yeah, we'll have a recap. You know how I love old industrial stuff, looking around old mills and chimneys and stuff. I wonder if in the future you'll get YouTubers coming to business parks like this and going, wow, look at what things used to be like. There's just such a difference though, isn't there, between a beautiful stone built mill and a giant corrugated iron warehouse. So down there you got all your vans, all your trucks, your lorries ready to be loaded up with stuff shipped off probably all over. And this here is where they're actually very kindly building a multi-level outdoor Lido for all the staff of this business park, which is very, very kind. Thank you, Thug. So yeah, inside there will be millions and millions of products, but those products aren't just owned by Amazon. It's not Amazon's products. Now, Amazon do have a lot of products. However, that will be full of independent businesses of all different kinds with their products who they also need to sell on Amazon. Now, for that business that I worked for, I think something like 80% of our sales were through Amazon, then 10% were through websites and eBay, and 10% were direct sales. But yeah, a lot of businesses do need to operate on Amazon, and independent businesses on there is a good thing, but you've got more and more Amazon basic products coming through, just Amazon owned products. Just look at the size of this warehouse. It's huge. So I found this review from 3 days ago from the Swansea warehouse, but it says horrible toxic environment and culture where you will be exploited daily. And I like this bit. It said, the pros, free coffee. The cons, no time to drink it. So I headed to the smoking area because that's where you find out what people really think of a place of work. So then they gave me this visitor's card inside and a notebook and a pen and put me in a dashing headset. And then unfortunately, this is where the footage stops. I got this little bit just before we went through, but as you can see, the security is like an airport and they were so on it. There was no way of getting footage, but I did find some photos online. So yeah. Couldn't film in there at all. They were well strict. It was like an airport. They had like big security metal scanners and stuff like that. Really on it. Were people not getting any footage in there, which was a shame. It was mad in there. It really was mad. There were entire floors that were operated by robotic machines. Thousands of them just like moving around with towers on them, parcels spinning around, going all over the place. Total automation in there, which was really impressive. And I guess that's what it is, isn't it? That is so advanced, whilst the high street is completely boarded up, because whilst that is happening with its super fast robotic automation, the high street cannot survive, because how can it? How can walking down a street to go and buy something be as useful as ordering something at a push of a button, it whipping through this massive machine and coming to you the next day? It was bonkers. It's got 1,400 workers, up to 2,800 at Christmas. I'm not sure if that includes the robots. I'm not sure if they're classed as workers. 273,000 square foot in there. Yeah, the robots can lift 350 kilograms. They're self-charging. Yeah, and they work on a robotic floor. Yeah, so they took us round. They showed us like the robots in action. And then they took us to like a picking place where a guy was like, we all crowded round him and he was like picking really quickly, shoving it in a box, pressing a button, going down, and just watched him for like 15 minutes while he told us what was going on. And then we gave him a round of applause at the end, which personally I'd absolutely hated if I was working and I turned around and there's me and a load of Chinese tourists clapping, well done, well done. But yeah. And then we went on to another section where we did some packing and we were offered the chance to actually pack an item, and 3 people took it up. So yeah, did some work for Amazon as well today. And then yeah, kind of pinged us round and sent us out. They let us get a photo on the way out. So here's a very awkward photo of me stood there with some automation behind me. So I was chatting to my mate yesterday. I was telling him I was going to go view that Amazon warehouse, and he was like, oh, I used to work at the JD warehouse in Rochdale. He was like, oh, if you got to go check it out, honestly, it's like the size of a little town, and I've just flown my drone above it and it is so big. It is huge. He said it used to take him like 20 minutes to go for a piss. This place is massive. And look at this. It wouldn't be a Wandering Turnip video without one boarded up building at least. But yeah, I guess this, what's this? The Kingsway Hotel. A massive, nice, old hotel boarded up. And I guess this does play into the topic of this video actually, with the sort of online distribution centres. Kingsway, this place has become Kingsway Business Park. Kingsway, where there's Amazon, there's JD Sports, all these giant distribution warehouses, and that's it. It's an industrial wasteland really. How the heck is a hotel going to survive in this area? Who's going to want to come and stay at the once great Kingsway Hotel, where your nearest attractions are Amazon warehouse, or what's that over there, Moss Bridge House, or maybe Thug have got a warehouse here as well. But yeah, boarded up stuff. So there we go. All that talk of automation and robots and online stuff made me want to get out into the woods so we can finish the video here in nature. So there's so much to cover really with online stuff, and we've just skimmed the surface looking at what is the biggest cause of the decline in the high streets, not just here but all around the world. And it comes back to my points that I make in my other videos, where I say that the high streets can still survive, but they have to change the reasons why people are coming to the centres, coming to the streets. You've got to change the reason. No longer can you just assume that you'll be able to have a shop selling something where people will go, I need that and I need to come get it. The whole system needs to change. The whole reason you're going out needs to change. And as I showed you earlier on about how you can still support independent businesses that operate on Amazon, so many businesses do rely on that platform for an income. So it's better to buy from an independent business using Amazon than when you just see Amazon selling stuff. And Amazon's bringing out so many products. If you go on there, you'll see Amazon Basics range of nearly everything now. They're coming out with everything. So yeah, that's a little tip for you there. And yeah, thank you for watching. As I said, this was just a brief bit about online really. We'll get back to a town soon and go and explore.